Welcome back, Wolfpack Gorillas here. I'm a fan of all of this. Relicanth? We're going to see what Relicanth can do, as well as having Lopunny and Umbreon. This is going to get pretty insane, and this could get really neat. So Relicanth opening up against the Aegislash, I believe? Yeah, we got Aegislash coming in. Oh, man. Aegislash looks like it's going to just lead with that Sacred Sword, going to go for that super effective hit. But here's the thing, Relicanth is actually physically bulky. So as you can see, super effective hit from an Aegislash. Not even going to, well, doing a little over half. Sets up the yawn as well, so now the opponent has to decide, like, what is the opponent going to do in this case? You know, he can switch out like that, or he can sacrifice, like, he could just knock out the Relicanth and then put his Aegislash to sleep. But in that, Aegislash, or Relicanth gets a free Stealth Rock, and now this actually makes this makes decent sense. It's a pretty good mechanic right here. So, Yawn's going to be forcing switches, Stealth Rock is going to be good like that, and then we have Relicanth using Rest. I want to know what that other move is. Is it Chesto? Or, the item isn't Chesto. It doesn't have leftovers, so I don't know what's going on. Shadow Ball's going to come in. I don't know if that's going to 3-hit KO. We're about to find out. So, Shadow Ball once again. Going to keep just doing that, and then Relicanth stays asleep. Now this is the time that Relicanth could probably rest again, stall out, or throw out the Yawn. If it throws out the Yawn, the opponent's in that same thing. Do I KO Relicanth, or do I switch out? So Relicanth's going to wake up, throw out the Yawn, and looks like he doesn't mind having his Jellicent asleep compared to an Aegislash. What? Quick Claw? Oh! No way! And this is why I like Quick Claw, guys. Like, you might think it's not that strong in Vitamin, but it does give you those opportunities that, you know, in any other situation, that is a dead Relicanth. Unless maybe Chesto Resto, but it would have been inevitable at some point. So, that Relicanth actually got the Quick Claw when it needed, put the Jellicent to sleep because of it, and now it can kind of set up however it needs to. Quick Claw, you know, doesn't really matter because it is asleep. So he has to withdraw the Jellicent, and goes back into the Aegislash. Aegislash not going to take anything from those Stealth Rocks, but, you know, now Jellicent's asleep, Aegislash is on the field, Stealth Rocks is still set up. Sacred Sword isn't going to be enough to KO, but I don't think Relicanth is going to be able to survive unless we get some extra Quick Claw hacks. But even then, you know, it's something that works. This is why I think that it's a very underrated item, because if you don't have really anything else going in your favor, it could win you the game just from some silliness. We don't get the back-to-back on the Quick Claw survival, but, you know, we still can look at this from a setup perspective. Also, Lopunny. Lopunny is an awesome Pokemon for handling Aegislash. It Mega Evolves, it gets that scrappy, and the opponent, you know, the opponent has a good chance of just going into King Shield and really reducing a lot of Lopunny's power. So now we're getting into something crazy. So yeah, there's the King Shield. Do we get the outplay? Do we get, like, the prediction, you know? King Shield going to activate. High Jump Kick would not be a good thing to have here, but we'll see. Cosmic Power. So is a Cosmic Power Lopunny stalling out on that King Shield, and this is why, you know, if you get that outplay, Drain Punch, now Lopunny's tanky, it's going to super effective pretty hard. Ooh, I don't know if it's going to survive. Well, we're at +1 now, the Sacred Sword though. Sacred Sword's going to hit super and break through those defenses. This is why I personally like High Jump Kick Lopunny more, because High Jump Lopunny KOs Aegislash like that, but if you're setting up the Cosmic Power, Drain Punch can work out as well. This Lopunny didn't have the situation to shine, but is still very solid. So, Umbreon going to go for that Protect, scouting out what it's up to, going to go for that double Sacred Sword. And now Aegislash, ooh, actually goes into Shield form, and we're going to see what we're up against here. Now, with Cosmic Power, I was about to say, with Cosmic Power and Curse, that could be pretty risky because of the Sacred Sword, but if Umbreon knows it's trying to set up, you know, it's going to maybe enjoy that Sacred Sword because we watched Relicanth tank it. We know Umbreon's a very tanky Pokemon. It can dish out a payback, and that's going to be a knocked out Aegislash. The opponent might think he's won, but again, not about a third, or about 2/3. So payback's going to come in. Umbreon's sitting on that Moonlight. Remember, the opponent still has an asleep Jellicent, and if Umbreon can tank out the other Pokemon, this could be pretty good. So Leftovers coming in as well, giving a nice little boost to the hit points. And Sableye, oh no. Sableye versus Umbreon, this could go all over the place. So Umbreon going to scout out with that Protect. This could work out. Toxic, yeah. So we're going to find out that's Toxic. It might not be Mega Sableye, because we just see the Leftovers right there. So not Mega Sableye. That would have been a good Protect call too. Like, he would have evolved. He could have Mega Evolved, in theory. Use his Prankster and then bad things. So there's the Toxic from Sableye onto Umbreon. And Synchronize is going to Toxic Sableye right back. So that's the power of Synchronize right there. And it's Moonlight Umbreon. So Umbreon's going to have to make some work here really quick. Now, it does already have the Curse. So depending on what Sableye is throwing, another Curse into some paybacks with all that Toxic, that could be Sableye done. We know Jellicent's asleep, but if you already have a couple of Curses, that's going to be a super effective payback. This is going to get close, guys. It's going to get really close. So, now we're just going to wait. Everyone's poisoned at the end of the turn. Got some leftovers. Withdraws the Sableye. Very, very interesting play. I guess doesn't really have too much else to deal with it. Just Toxic Sableye. Interesting. So there's that Curse I was talking about. We get a couple more of those. Use Moonlight to stall it out. And we get those outspeeds. Might be able to win it up. The opponent, though, trying to make as much of it as possible because he's like, wait, if I reset my Toxic timer, I'm going to be doing way better than that Umbreon. So that's kind of like the point of Jellicent. Just at least wall, burn out some turns, get that Toxic going really high. It doesn't matter if he's asleep or not. So Umbreon throwing out the +2 payback. Will it be enough against a Jellicent? No, it will not be. And there's a Citrus Berry. So I think that was a really rushed play. I would have gone for that extra Curse, that way I know I have like back-to-back, double KO. Don't have to worry about too much. Leftovers keeping Umbreon just ever so slightly alive. It's delaying it by at least 2 turns on that Toxic. So this is like one of those worst feelings in the world right now. Sableye, potential recover. That could get really bad. Curse Body is going to disable payback. So now it's going to pretty much be like I would use Curse into Moonlight and try to recover up as much as possible. Then once it's undisabled, maybe go for that last-ditch KO. I think we're setting up a dream scenario of the last turn. Remember though, Sableye's tanky Pokemon. If it's got that, well, of course it has Recover, so this could get nasty. Sableye has Payback itself, not going to do a lot of damage. Umbreon using that Moonlight back up to full health. I don't know how many turns it's been Toxic, but it's been quite a while. So now we're going to get an estimate of how much it's losing every turn at this point. And Sableye. So now Sableye also going to start taking some damage from that Toxic. It's going to be an 8th next turn, but Umbreon is already taking, I think that's a quarter. So, brutal. Payback just going to be chipping it a little bit of extra damage. Umbreon, what's it going to do? It's going to go for that Curse. Also, Sableye might be digging himself a hole faster than Umbreon because of all that Curse. If he uses Payback and Umbreon Payback's back, that could be enough to go down with that Toxic. But remember, it's still disabled. So that might be another turn on the Moonlight. Just Moonlight it up, go for that +3. Hopefully end it right there. So Sableye now, up to about, I think that was 3/8? Or maybe it was an 1/8. I don't know, but Umbreon taking well over a quarter. This is what happens. This is why Toxic is in the game. Sableye got that recover going. So he's going to be at around a quarter, or he's going to be at around 3/4. Umbreon going for that Moonlight. Yeah, this is going to be like last turn, because Sableye doesn't have enough damage, but Umbreon's done in 2 turns to that Toxic now. Because it's almost doing like a half every turn. Moonlight's not even going to help you at this point. Sableye, though, also taking a good amount. Hurt by the poison. Now, here's the thing. Sableye is faster, so poison applies on it first. This could get really interesting. So, yeah, Sableye, he knows what's up. Spamming that recover. And Umbreon's going to throw out the Payback. So, Payback would have done more damage. That would have been very bad on the Sableye if he had thrown out the Payback. And now, Sableye healing up a little. Umbreon healing up a little. And then they're both going to take that damage. Now, actually, Sableye, it's taking about a quarter now. Umbreon, it's also taking a ton of damage. But we know Payback isn't enough damage. So Sableye's going for the recover. This is where it's like, where's the damage going to be? But I honestly feel like it's going to come down to the speed. That the Pokemon that faints first, or critical hit. But the Pokemon that faints first from the poison actually loses the battle. And since Sableye's faster, it would have fainted first. But the critical hit, little extra cherry on top on that last turn of the Toxic. What was that? Like, the Synchronize on Umbreon does prevent those stall scenarios to a degree. Because if you can sustain and do ever so slightly more damage, you can outpace on that Toxic, and that's ended up what happening. That's ended up what happening. Okay. We got one more Fan Fridays coming up. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I hope you all get ready to have a nice day, because after that next Fan Friday, you guys get to enjoy your day, and hopefully enjoy your weekend. And hopefully you already enjoyed your week, but that's rambling things, videos.